you ready to take the next step to win-win e-commerce? Join over 450 online businesses that have seen an average of 354% growth through partnering with the W2 Cloud Platform Suite. E-commerce is surging, but can your online platforms keep up? Do you have the tools you need to satisfy changing customer demands? And can you add them fast enough? Does expansion mean paying to add new features, integrations, and capabilities? It takes more than software to create powerful e-commerce solutions. It takes partnership. Partnership that builds on 15 years of Japanese innovation to deliver an all-in-one e-commerce platform that does things the way you want them done. All-in-one, but not one-size-fits-all. The flexibility to choose from over 800 tried and tested functions, plus access to dedicated engineering resources to create exactly what you need. 100% in-house development for secure, robust, and proven results. W2 offers a partnership that extends beyond the go-live, an e-commerce platform that is not an expense, but an investment in success. Not just your investment in sophisticated, personalized experiences that delight your customers, but our investment in your success, supporting you at every step of your customer's journey. Our commitment is to improve every interaction from when a customer reaches your online store to the moment their purchase is delivered. We'll bring everything we've learned from 15 years of enabling e-commerce to ensure your growth. It's not just customer support we provide, but customer success. 450 customers with an average of 354% growth know what that success looks like. Partner with W2 today. It's a win-win.
Sorry, there we are. I muted myself gradually. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning as we look into the importance of customer experience in e-commerce. My name's Sean Jones. I'm the UK Head of Sales and Marketing here at W2 Solution. Key speakers today are Henry Allen, our UK Marketing Executive, and Majid Mohammed, our UK Customer Success Executive as well. Today, we're going to go through essentially why customer experience is so important. And we know from an e-commerce perspective that the single biggest issue the most e-commerce websites face is repeat purchases. And one of the best ways to increase repeat purchases is by giving our customers a great experience, a great user experience. So with no further ado, I'll pass over to Henry Allen. Henry, take it away.
Thanks very much, Sean, and welcome to anyone who joined us watch the video today. As Sean mentioned, my name is Henry Allen. I'm the Marketing Executive here at W2 Solution UK. As you can see on screen, we are covering 4 different topics today, and then we'll be showing you a demo thereafter. So I'll jump straight in. W2 Solution is a Japanese e-commerce platform provider. We moved to the UK last year, however, we're not new in that sense. We're a 16-year-old company who has brought our award-winning technology and customer service mindset with us to the UK. We're proud to say that our existing clients have enjoyed an average of 354% increase in sales growth, having migrated to our platform. We're also #1 in Japan for client sales revenue increase. We view ourselves as the best option for bringing success to mid to large size brands. Something that really makes us stand out is that our job isn't finished once the client's website has been developed and the back end is set up. In fact, it's after this point that we begin working on customer success. Our goal is to grow your sales and revenue on an ongoing basis. We do this through a variety of functions that help develop lasting relationships and increase repeat customers and so their lifetime value. If you have any questions or would like to have a conversation after this, please do not hesitate to reach out. We have our contact details at the end, but you can always reach us through our website. So let's start off by taking a look at what customer experience actually is, and make sure everyone's on the same page. Customer experience is the impression your customers have of your brand as a whole, throughout all aspects of the buyer's journey and all touch points they have with your brand. It impacts how your customers view your brand and affects the bottom line of your business. Customer experience is the result of every interaction a customer has with your business. from navigating the website to receiving the product they bought from you. Each interaction impacts your customers' overall perception of your business and therefore the likelihood of them taking a positive action like returning in the future or recommending you to a friend. When it comes to customer experience, it can be tough for a business to pinpoint how to affect positive change. This is mainly due to the variety of elements that impact each customer's experience with your brand. Although it may be a positive use of resources, many brands focus on customer service rather than customer experience. However, if every factor that influences customer experience is flawless, there is far less of a need for customer service. The point I'm looking to make here isn't that we should all ignore customer service altogether. It's actually a crucial part of the puzzle. But instead, you should understand that customer experience is affected by a variety of factors, of which customer service is one. Hopefully you are starting to see that customer experience is affected by a variety of areas within an e-commerce business. And so there are multiple ways where you can make adjustments. If you think about the last time you had a genuinely great customer experience, remember that the ways that made you feel. Perhaps you even told your friends about it. Giving your customers that positive affinity to your business is crucial for success. Because a happy customer is likely to become a loyal customer, which in turn helps boost your revenue. Also, the best form of marketing out there is a customer who promotes your business for you, someone who's loyal to your company and advocates your brand. You can see from the facts on screen that the majority of businesses could do more to improve their customer experience. These are just some of the reasons why creating and obsessing over a great customer experience is important. Right, so what leads to bad customer experience? Now, each business is different, so we recommend you take the time to fully understand your customer's journey. What touch points do they have? Is the messaging consistent? And how does each stage add or subtract from each customer's opinion of your brand? By segmenting customer experience into strategy, infrastructure, and implementation, we can start to see the stem of specific issues and then look to solve them thereafter. If we start by looking at strategy on the left, one reality of e-commerce is that the customer has very little human interaction during their purchase. This being the case, not personalizing emails and checkout processes can cause the customer to feel undervalued. You will also find that the quality of customer service you provide largely depends on the people that you hire for the job. Not hiring the right people is the #1 reason for poor customer service. Apart from relevant experience and skills, employees should have the right attitude, mindset, and a passion for helping people. This leads on to the next point, that poor hiring choices plus a lack of proper training is a recipe for unhappy customers. Additionally, a disparity between customer expectations and what your business is offering can often become the cause of poor customer experience. This could be due to a product's description not aligning with the product, or hidden costs later on in the purchasing process. Looking at infrastructure now. If you attended our webinar on website performance, you will understand the importance of not making the customer wait. Preventing waiting times is relevant to each segment here. With the correct strategy in place, customers won't have to wait for their product to be restocked. With robust infrastructure, customers won't have to wait for slow websites. And with effective implementation, customer service can be quick and painless for the employees and customer. Having poor support systems that are unorganized is all too common. Many brands who are yet to invest in support systems have to manage their customer service inquiries on each channel. By doing so, brands are increasing the time commitment and of managing support tickets and increase the risk of mistakes. Now, I'm sure that we can all relate with the painfulness of describing an issue to multiple people in order to come to a solution. You find yourself being bounced from employee to employee, having to repeat yourself each time. This can be prevented with the use of support software that helps each employee view the status of customer queries and progress it from that point. Security of customer information is becoming increasingly relevant in the e-commerce industry. However, the detail required to cover this topic properly may require a different webinar in the future. For now, we recommend being aware of your security risks and addressing any weak points you may have. Moving on to implementation. You would think that ignoring customer queries would be a simple one to avoid. However, there are a variety of factors such as communication or a lack of autonomy that can cause some requests to become lost or never solved. When it comes to automation, it's worth noting that just because it's possible to automate a process doesn't mean you necessarily should do so. Automation can be very beneficial, but certain situations require personal touch. This personal touch may also be the key to your brand success. And lastly, if employees lack the autonomy to make decisions, frustrations will likely mount for both the customer and the employee. Generally speaking, employees want to make a difference and be able to act autonomously. If you don't feel confident enough in your employees' ability, you may need to invest further time in training them. To round this slide off, one of the biggest mistakes made by companies is doing nothing. Thinking that you are in a good position and not actively trying to make customer experience better is a recipe to lead to issues down the line. Now, having looked at the common causes for poor customer experience, we can now use the same structure to provide suggestions for how to improve your customer experience. So if we start off by looking at strategy again, we recommend personalizing when possible. This could be within your checkout process or during other communications. Customers respond well to personalization. It adds value to their purchasing process. A great way to improve customer experience is by managing customer expectations. It's about aligning your offering with what your customers are looking for, backing that up with correct pricing, branding, and product description. By managing customer expectations and not overselling a product, the customer is likely to be impressed. That being said, there's a balance to be struck, and you don't want to completely understate your product's merits. A calculated communication strategy refers to more than just customer service scripts. It's the tone and clarity of all communication touchpoints a customer may experience. We recommend making sure that your message is consistent across channels and processes. This, of course, is made easier by using a platform that allows for an omni-channel approach, as mentioned in previous webinars. And now for infrastructure. Support systems are often late to be invested in by companies, primarily because they are expensive to implement. That being said, putting off investing in customer support can cause more harm than good. Once you have a system in place, you'll enjoy having an organized support system and you'll benefit from it in a variety of ways. Due to the multi-channel nature of e-commerce, it can be difficult to maintain a consistent tone across channels. Having a single location where all your communication starts and ends can prevent repetitive and conflicting information being displayed. The simplest way of doing this is again through a platform. Fixing recurring issues may seem an obvious one for some, but correctly addressing problems as they arise will lead to an overall more robust system, and hopefully happy customers. Looking at implementation now. Firstly, strive to have zero unresolved issues, but also look to turn any customers who are having problems into advocates. This can be done through creative solutions such as providing coupons to those who have had bad experiences. When it comes to automation, I'm sure everyone watching has experienced an overly automated process. Sometimes they can just be frustrating. We recommend automating systems and processes where possible, but it's important to understand that in the e-commerce industry where physical contact is minimal, personal touch can go a long way. Creating standard operating procedures is one workaround for preventing autonomy issues. When a decision requires approval, there is likely to be a delay. You can prevent the same delay from reoccurring in the future by creating an SOP for all employees to use. And lastly, always value your customers' time and feedback. The information they provide is valuable, and we recommend treating all feedback from customers as a way of learning and improving. If you ignore your customers' issues, you'll see the same issue repeat itself as your business grows. I'll now hand over to Majid, our customer success executive. He's going to show you a little bit about our platform and hopefully put the theory that I've discussed into reality.
Thank you, Henry. What I'll do now, I'll share my screen. Wonderful. So what I'll be talking about is the platform itself and how we can use our platform to enhance the customer experience overall. And as well as that, I'll be giving you advice in terms of the strategies that you can also use as well. So I'll start off with the marketing planner here. And what we can do, we can scroll down into the Access Report section here. So as we can see here, the most important aspect of our platform that we can give you is information on your customer. So whether that's through where they're coming from in terms of what channel they come from, their age, their height, and sort of where they are, that information can be used and manipulated in order to enhance their experience and give them the best possible customer experience overall. As you can see in our system here, we've got a breakdown in terms of the overall sections, the PC websites, and the smartphone websites as well. So one of the strategies that Henry did mention is the omnichannel strategy that we spoke about in our previous webinar. The omnichannel strategy looks at having a unified experience where, regardless of what system or what channel you've come from, the customer experience is the same. So you could come from a brick and mortar store, you can come from a PC website or a smartphone website. Regardless of what website you've actually come from, you want to ensure that the experience at the level that they're receiving for these customers is the same. One of the biggest issues that we actually did see was the smartphone. So with the smartphone, we saw that many times customers didn't get that right level of experience because the employees did not actually invest correctly into the smartphone website. And what you can actually do using our platform is, of course, it's a demo website, so there isn't anything there, but it would be a line graph or a bar graph. And you can see, for example, the page views, you can see the number of visits. And if they're low, you can actually then change your strategy and allow that to increase by unifying the process and increasing your website for your smartphone. That allows you to have a unified strategy for each individual, and then it can mean that those issues are now resolved as well. So what happens if, for example, you have a customer and they've had an issue, you've now resolved the issue, but they're not 100% satisfied? So like Henry mentioned, we can actually go and use the user coupon strategy. So by doing that, you can go into the user coupon information thing here, click on search here. And for example, if it's this customer who has an issue here, we can click on issue. Here we can see that you can actually issue a coupon to the individual. So it could be, for example, 10%. So this strategy is very, very important for two reasons. Because the first reason is that you are now giving that customer a better experience. You're going above and beyond. So when you actually send this coupon, our system actually allows you to send an automated or a personalized email. So if you're sending a personalized email, you can say, we know you've had an issue. We are sorry for that issue. We've resolved the issue, but now we're giving you a coupon just to show that we actually care and we're going above and beyond. So that will increase, of course, the sales. However, it also shows the customer that you are willing to go and above and beyond for them. And the customer also is more likely to come back because they have a coupon that they can now use. They're more likely to actually go and tell their friends and their family and say that I had an issue, the issue was resolved, but they also went and did more for me. And that sort of makes you stand out from the crowd. It also makes you stand out in terms of your competitors as well, because you know that these individuals are not doing things like this. So because our system is an all-in-one system, it allows you to do that very, very simply. What I'll do now, I'll move on to the customer success section here, the customer support. So as we can see here, we've got the categories here. So we've got high, medium, low, and of course critical as well. So 63% of all customers actually want to have a personalized experience when they reach out to a customer success or a customer support department. That number is very high. And like Henry mentioned, if your employees aren't trained correctly, then that could cause issues. And it could mean that they're not able to actually give that personalized touch. Having the right amount of training and giving those employees the right autonomy in order to actually answer questions is very important. Because our system is all in one platform, what that means is that regardless of any channel that your customers are coming from, it will come directly here. So there isn't an issue like Henry mentioned where we've all had it, where you go through so many different avenues to talk to a person. So that makes this whole process for the customer much more smooth. And it means that they come directly to a person who knows what they're talking about as well. One of the ways we can do that through our system is actually using the message data collection here. So the message data collection here actually gives you an overall looking of who actually answered these cases, who the operator is, and also the communication method that was used. So by using these methods, you can actually see how many individuals have actually had a high number of cases or a low number of cases. So for example, if an individual here has a high number of cases, you can actually ask them as an employer, why are we having so many high cases? And if they say it's a recurring issue, that can then be tackled and enhanced to enhance the whole experience for the customer. That also means that these employees are the ones who are actually having direct contact with these customers. So the feedback that is being given to the employees, you can ask those employees as well. So having a open communication where the employees know that you can speak to them and they know that you can actually turn around and give feedback allows the whole customer experience to be much better. I feel like Henry did mention as well, having that open communication between your employees and your customers enhances the experience to the max. And it can also mean that if there are issues, they're very open and they can be resolved very quickly. So like I say, this was just a quick demo in terms of the actual strategy that you can use using our platform. However, there are, of course, more. Maybe we'll go into them further down the line. But what I'll do now is hand back over to Henry so he can actually conclude. Thank you.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much to Majid and Henry, and thank you for joining us this morning as well as we looked into customer experience. If you do have any questions that have come out of the back of this webinar, please do feel free to get in touch. Our website is there, w2solution.com, or feel free to give us a call. We're also on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, and indeed, a recording of this particular webinar will be going up on YouTube, as well as all of those channels there. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful day, and all the best with getting your customer experience right and increasing repeat purchases. Thanks very much. Bye.